All right, so picking up right where we left off, part 2 is up now. If you haven't seen part 1, I encourage you to watch that too. But this is part 2, 411 on the wedding.
All right. So now we're getting down. So we talked about the vendors and all that stuff. Now we're getting down to the vendors that, yeah. So Notting Hill Place, I have them on the list. Again, they were beautiful. However, they were very complicated. They were very difficult up
So-
until the day of and the last couple minutes of our wedding. They were difficult.
So let me ask you this: when it comes down to it, would you or would you not recommend Notting Hill Place?
I wouldn't. If it came down to it, I would have went to Divine Grace.
Okay.
Out of the 3 people that we picked, I would have went to Divine Grace because the
Okay.
Olana we loved,
Uh-huh.
but everything we loved, people wouldn't have seen.
Yeah.
Remember, that's the only reason we didn't go with them.
Yeah.
Like, they have gorgeous bridal and groom suites,
Yeah.
but like no one would have saw that.
Mhm.
So it was like, okay,
Yeah. Speaking of which, I need to talk to our friend who got married in Atlanta. Remember?
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I want to see that video.
Yeah,
Okay.
need to talk to him
So
about that.
we're going to get down to now food. All right. So the food was a caterer who Michael upset about it. The food was delicious when we met her. She was really sweet. She was really this, but she was a recommended vendor from our wedding planner. And again, no fault of our wedding
Can I
planner.
interrupt just for a second?
Yeah.
My problem is the entire reason we hired her, she didn't deliver on.
Exactly.
I hired her for one reason. I said, I want these shrimp and grits at the wedding the exact way you prepared them for me in your kitchen. That's what I said. I said, hey, look, these shrimp and you cool. I like you. You got a nice personality, but these shrimp and grits,
Was hidden.
nail. Excuse me. Person. Sweet
That was
PG-13.
Good.
Man, look here.
So,
Go ahead, baby. I know you. Go let it out.
because I got
'Cause
all
I
the
know
facts.
it's coming.
I got all the facts.
Yeah.
But he was like, the thing is, we were offered shrimp and grits the whole weekend festivities.
Yeah, and we declined them, right?
We declined it. It was
'Cause
like,
we
man,
was
when
like,
you get
yeah.
to this wedding, you're going to love these shrimp and grits. They're going to be the shit. Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, people was trying to give us shrimp and grits. It was like, nah, we holding our bellies for the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So basically what happened is that something happened with her refrigerator and the shrimp spoiled. And she didn't realize it until the day of the wedding. However, that is not our fault. I would agree that is not our fault. So we didn't have it at the wedding. Here I am already stressed out by this other vendor I'm going to tell you about. And we are eating, and I'm like, baby, there ain't no shrimp in here. Did I just get the part of your grits that ain't got no shrimp in it?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, no, there ain't no shrimp in it. I'm like, we're going to deal with it later. We're going to have a good time. And the thing is that they didn't have no shrimp in the shrimp and grits. So it's just grits and gravy. Now, we had the appetizers that she ordered. We had the other entree that she ordered, and it was delicious. But you did not provide 2 entrees, which is what we were signed the contract for. That's what we paid for. So that's the first thing. The second thing, this is why I said I was about to get all up in people's asses. I found out that her staff and her were yelling and being disrespectful to our guests. I have several people. We recorded them talking about it.
Basically, they was on that.
I didn't know you could do that. You should do that every time I curse. But yeah, so like she yelled at my uncle. No, the staff yelled at my uncle. She got into it with her staffer right in front of my sister, which is the bridal party.
Mm-hmm.
She turned away pregnant people. She yelled at your sister. She yelled at your auntie. There are so many people that got yelled at. And the thing is that, so just so y'all know, we had plenty of food, because another thing that she did is, even though she was a preferred vendor, she changed her pricing and stuff and did not tell my wedding planner. So she signed us up for a package that my wedding planner had no idea that she had.
Mm-hmm.
So the package was basically like, you ain't gonna get no money back unless you get all the way down to 125 people. So from 200 people to 125 people. My wedding planner this whole time has been saying, oh, you gonna get some money back. Oh, you gonna get some money back. Because we invited 200 people and only 160 people came. That should have been $40 people of refunds that we got back. So I was like, you know what? No, we about to have all this food. So we had plenty of food. And you're turning people away. You're turning people away and yelling at people. And then she put pork in the shrimp and grits.
Mm-hmm.
So some people can't eat pork. So when someone asked, hey, can I just have shrimp? They got yelled at. That don't make no sense. So I have on there was the poor customer service. It was her not providing what she said she was going to provide. And then 2, they cut the cake. Do you know they didn't save us any cake? We do not have any cake to do the year tradition. They didn't save any of it. And I didn't even get not one piece of my cake, which was the she cake. They didn't save us anything. Who does that? Who does not save the bride and groom any fucking cake? You can do the beep. Any fucking cake.
Wait, hold on, wait. Say it again.
Who does not serve the bride and groom any fucking cake? I don't understand. So that pisses me off because I'm just like, who are we? We're nobody. We're just the main attraction at this fucking show. So that pisses me off.
Let it out, baby.
Yeah. I've been waiting, y'all. I've been waiting. So then when we told her about it, because, our wedding planner knew about it, but again, she's trying to make sure that we're not having a horrible day the day of, right? So we deal with it the next day. We had a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time during the meeting, she wanted to three-way us with the service people. What is it called?
Pause. She said she wanted to have a three-way. I was like, I'll pause on that.
Anyway.
Go ahead, anyway.
She wanted to we had a meeting and we talked about it. Not once did they own up to anything that they did. She gaslit the fuck out of us.
Bruh.
Like, literally was like, 15 years I've been doing this. It never once happened. I understand it never happened, but it happened this time. Oh, people said my food was so good. Nobody said your food was nasty. You just didn't give us what you said you was going to give us.
They didn't taste them shrimp and grits the first time like we did.
But the fact is that we literally had shrimp. We literally had grits and gravy.
We had grits and little sausage
gravy.
pieces.
Grits and gravy is what we had. And that's not what we paid for. So just as a customer service person, if you don't give the customer what you're supposed to give them, you in the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I would not have been as mad at them if they would have just said, you know what, I'm sorry. That's my bad. It's never happened before, but I got you. Instead of trying to rebuttal. We had voice testimonies, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had proof. And it was still like, it didn't happen. It's in your imagination. Don't worry about it. Like, what the hell is that? So we ended up getting a refund back. High five.
Mm-hmm.
Funded our Bali trip. That's fine. Now we're going to get onto these pictures. This is what I've been waiting on, okay?
Oh, God.
The pictures.
Here we go.
This person was recommended to me by a classmate of mine. I will say Natasha was against it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
But after she saw his pictures.
Listen to your wedding planner.
Yes. After she saw his pictures and she talked to him and she saw the contract, she was okay. However, I found out that this person was. What?
I was saying I found out like after doing my own contracts for shot by Mike Copeland, which
he's a photographer.
I am a photographer. Go look at my portfolio.
Too bad he couldn't do our wedding.
Yeah, I know, right? If I could clone myself, I would have done way better. Anyways, my portfolio is gallery.shotbymikecopeland.com. Go look it up. Shameless plug. But after looking at his contract, I was like, he doesn't have this clause in here. He doesn't have that clause in here. He don't give a fuck. He just trying to get his money.
Yeah. So he was referred to me by old UTSA alumni. His pictures were beautiful. I talked to him. He said he was the photographer. He said he was amazing. He said the pictures and the process was great. I talked to this person on the phone. We had a whole conversation about my fear because I have a friend of mine who their photographer ghosted them. They have no pictures from their wedding.
Ooh-wee.
I talked to him about that. I talked to him about what I wanted and how another friend of mine, how their wedding, the bride and them weren't ready and they don't have any of the pre-wedding stuff that I wanted. I said, I want that. How many hours do I need? Photography is not his full job. He told me that he works in a prison guard and so he might not have service, which is understandable. But the thing is, I talked to him and we talked about all this. And when I talked to him, he was the photographer. It was, I do this, I do that. This is how I shoot. This is how I do it. Just to find out that this motherfucker sent 2 new people.
Say it one more time.
Just to find out that this motherfucker sent 2 new people to do my wedding. These new people did not have the timeline for the wedding. They did not have the wedding planner's phone number. They didn't know the time to get there because their asses was late. And then the thing is, my man, every single groomsman in his party has a GQ individual photo shoot. It took 2 pregnant women, my sister, and my nephew to get their ass to come back up to the bridal suite. Do you know that I don't have any pictures with my sister? None. She is the maid of honor. I don't have any pictures of us getting ready. I'm looking at the pictures. I get mad because I just saw the pictures earlier today. I get mad at their pictures because they got pictures of them putting on clothes. Do you know we were sitting upstairs in robes the entire time waiting to get pictured, shot, photographed, whatever the word is.
When they get pictured, I just
Yes.
noticed that.
Like, they didn't, like, it was bride who? It was all about him. They did not give a fuck that about me or anybody that I was with. So then the wedding planner and them steamed my dress and my veil. They took my dress, hung it up in a super high place, and then left it. Well, my sister was like, you gonna bring that down? They were like, why would we? Who does that? Then they took my steamed veil, scrunched it up, and I will post a picture on my Instagram, scrunched it up, put it for a picture where champagne was. So when I put the veil on, it was wrinkled and it was wet. Those aren't professionals. They're not. They're not professionals. No one would do that. And then if you look at our streaming guides, you have to go in 30 minutes because we were 30 minutes late because of them. I have no dresses, full-length dresses of my beautiful train. They told us they were taking these pictures. Those pictures aren't there. Then when we tell the guy, okay, so you sent these random people, who are them? He tells us, I quote, the contract says I only am giving you one videographer and one photographer. If he would have told us that it was different people, yes, we would have been upset. But what we gonna do about it? It's like a week before the wedding. Then my wedding planner could have made sure to contact those people because those people were unprepared. They didn't know anything about the venue. The people took a picture of when my wedding planner found them. This photographer and videographer took a picture of the timeline because they didn't have it. Like, that don't make no sense. And as you can see, it's me mad. He's quiet.
Get
He is mad, but it's just like, what the fuck?
Oh, wait, say it again.
What the fuck?
Wait, one more time.
What the fuck? So then, what else happened? I text this person. Our wedding's on a Monday. I text this person on like Friday or Saturday. And they were like, I said, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to like really get these pictures. He was like, yeah, see you then. Motherfucker's a liar. Because you knew by then that you weren't coming. Why are you acting like you're coming to see me? That don't make no sense.
Yeah, what really pisses me off is, like you said, the communication. Because I have, quite a few clients in photography. And like, if I tell somebody that I'm going to be there at this day, this time, see you tomorrow, my ass is going to show up.
Thank you.
If I need to have somebody, first of all, he knew about our wedding, like how long in advance?
A year in advance.
A year in advance. Okay.
And we've been talking the entire year.
If he tells us, oh, look, my son is sick, I can't make it, I'm going to send these photographers. Cool. Then we can plan around it. You thought until after the wedding
that he was there.
That he was there.
Because he sent a guy that kind of looked like him.
Yeah. He sent another bald motherfucker.
We were literally at the reception, and he said, hey, baby, where's Mr. 1080 Photos? And I said, what you mean? He said, where is he? That's him right there. That's not him. I said, well, who else would it be, Michael? Who else would it be? Not knowing. Okay. Who else would it be? Look, I don't even know the guy's name.
Let's see. This is one of those areas where you just chalk it up. Maybe her memory better than mine. Maybe I didn't see his picture online. Maybe I was questioning myself. I was like, this do not look like him.
Who else would it be, Michael? Who else would it be? He wouldn't send somebody else.
Yeah, see, I'm sitting there like, oh, maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe my memory is fucked
Lord.
up.
So then, wait, that's not it. We got more.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Then the wedding planner tells him about himself. He gaslits it. He denies it. So then I'm like, you know what? We're not about to make him mad. We've been seeing all these viral things of photographers not giving people pictures. We want pictures. That's the whole reason we had a photographer. We have older parents. We have sickly parents. We want these memories. So even if they're garbage, we want them because they're memories of our wedding. So here we are trying to just,
scared for a second.
What is it? What? That it wasn't recording?
Yeah, because remember the last time it cut off.
Yeah. Oh. So here we are just trying to basically kiss his ass to make sure that we get our pictures, right? So the person that I thought was Mr. 1080 Photos, he told me, hey, loved your wedding. We're going to get some sneak peeks to you soon. Like, okay, cool, thanks. I don't know what those are, but cool. So then I didn't realize it wasn't that guy until later. So I sent him a message on Instagram and I'm like, hey, when do we get those sneak peeks you promised? He was like, this weekend. They didn't come for 2 weeks.
How about a shot?
No, I gotta finish this before I get hazy.
I'm trying to get you get hazy.
No.
I'm trying to take the edge off right now.
So they had that. So then we got our stuff back. He kept insisting, let's just say he broke his contract. Let's just say that. Okay, you can fast forward all that and cut that off. He breached
the fuck out of it.
He breached
like 4
his contract
times, right?
like 4 times. We still haven't gotten something. And the thing is that it just was an overall horrible experience, and I would not recommend him to anybody else. The thing is that it was really, really important to me to have Black-owned businesses.
Wait, can I have some of this?
Yeah.
Okay, I know I got the tag on.
Oh, okay.
See, hold on, wait. So let me interrupt this. This is a little tidbit. I told her to put these tags. See this little tag over here? You don't get that from the store. This is because I be eating and drinking all her shit. So she's like, "Oh, well, what can I do to get you to stop doing that shit?"
You told me.
I said, "Yeah, no, I told you."
Okay.
I told you. I said, "Hey, look, put a little sticky note on it. Cool. I ain't gonna drink it." So I haven't. But she's been going around the house on all the stuff that she want to keep for herself and putting these little sticky notes on it so I can't drink it. So I see it in the refrigerator. I'm like, "Oh, damn. I can't drink no orange juice because it's her orange juice." So I have to ask. And since we're on the podcast, she's making an exception. But normally,
but you had your own orange juice, right?
No, I didn't have my own
Okay,
orange juice.
I don't want y'all thinking that I'm making my baby drink.
but I ain't have my own Belvitas.
Those were for work.
I understand that, but you didn't give me none and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna get him." Exactly. But that's all I'm saying is that like it's some shit Belvitas that you just keep for yourself and you put the little tag on it and you say, "Hey, don't eat my shit. It's for work." But like it's like I look at it and I'm like, I want some.
He's never eaten Belvitas.
Baby, I did eat Belvitas
together, but he's never bought them, y'all. We've been together 4 years.
I don't.
We go to the grocery store and you don't ever buy them.
I don't buy them because they give me heartburn. But the point is,
but you still eat them.
The point of this exercise is that you didn't know that until I told you just now.
Whatever.
But the whole point of this exercise is that like there's some shit in the house that you bought for yourself that you didn't buy for me that you say that I can't have, and you know that I like because I ate it before, but you didn't buy it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not calling you selfish. I'm not calling you stingy. I'm just saying it's like there's some things in this house that are just for you.
To sum that up, okay, all the vendors, we had a great time, except for 2, which is Mr. 1080 Photos for photography and Twisted Delights. We would not recommend them, and wholeheartedly, we would not recommend them. Now, if you get them, that's your business, but you ain't get it from us. That's all it is. Because I do believe that people deserve second chances. They deserve to be redeemed, but it wouldn't be on my wallet.
Not for me because I don't get married twice.
No, thank you. So it was just a complete nightmare from both of those. And I think I've left out some things for the sake of being a podcast and having to be on time. So we're not going to talk about that. But those were our vendors. And they were what they were. They made our wedding. Our wedding was a great day.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
You were nervous though.
I wasn't nervous.
You were stressed.
I was pissed.
You were stressed.
He saw me. He said he saw me at the when he saw me for the first time of the day, he could tell that something was wrong with me. Like I remember he rubbed my hand a little extra, and I looked at him like he was crazy. And then after we said I do, and we walked back, he was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, I'm not okay." Because the photographer and my dress and my mom and this, like it was like
I had to grab you like
yeah.
I was like, "Baby, look at me. Sorry, don't let him fuck it up."
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But
it was a great day. It's just that it's also stressful because there's so many things that and for me, I mean, I even had a little bit of stress with a family member of mine who I'm not going to talk about. I had a lot of family members who said, "Hey, this day is about you. How can we make this the best day of your life? How can we help?" You know, and then there's others who will say, "Oh, well, I have to air my own grievance at your wedding."
Yeah, there's a lot of people that made the wedding about them.
Yeah, it's like, you have to talk about yourself or be about, or, and that's one thing that I'm really big on. It's like, even at like bachelor parties or like pre-parties or something like that, I'm like, man, how can I this is your time, this is your day, it's not about me. How can I help make this the best time of your life?
Can we talk about Terry and Morgan for a second?
Yeah, sure.
They came through. They were like, they were trying. We had a blunder. Let's just say that Saturday night before the wedding, and they were doing everything in their power to make us have a good time, and we
Mm-hmm.
just weren't.
Mm-hmm.
And they were even trying to take us back to their place, and like, y'all don't have to go nowhere. Y'all can stay here. We'll sleep on the couch. We are not about to kick you out. We live like 20 minutes apart.
Yeah.
So you got to have you a Terry, okay?
Yeah.
You got to have you a person, a Carrie, a Terry. All my girls were really great. I know your guys were really
Carrie
great.
and a Terry.
Carrie and a Terry. If Bethany's name was Barry, that would rhyme. Terry, Barry. But yeah, like you have people who are really there for you and who really rock for you hard on like big moments. And the wedding is one of your biggest moments, right? Other than
really
like having renewals and having a kid as a couple, like that's a big milestone. And for it to be tainted by so much damage and destruction, it's horrible. Yep. Which is why we say when we do a renewal, it's my wedding.
But most definitely, and I want to say this online, on air, whatever. If I'm not in your wedding, I'm not offended.
No,
I'm not offended at all because I understand. Look, if you're getting married and you thinking about having Michael Copeland in your wedding, and you say, "Oh no, don't."
Yep.
I don't care. I want it to be the best day of your life, and if I'm not in it, I'm not offended. I just want to say that and let that be part of the public record.
And it needs to be okay. It needs to be okay for people to say no. I gave my girls all sorts of outs. I had a girlfriend of mine that got pregnant after we found out we were getting married, and I said, "Are you sure you want to still be in it?" Not because I didn't want a pregnant person in my wedding. She looked beautiful. When you see these pictures that my man is going to edit of her and everybody else, she looked beautiful. But the thing is, I just knew standing in heels and walking and getting up early and doing like that was going to be a lot on her. I had another friend who was a maid of honor in another wedding the same weekend. And I was like, girl, it's okay. You'll still be invited. Like, you can just show up. It's okay if you need to drop out. And she was like, no, I want to be there. I had a niece who was in Italy. And I advised her to go. She was like, but I want to be in the wedding. I said, I don't care if you're in the wedding. You can stream it. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like, all I needed was my close friends, my man, and my parents. Everyone else was extra. I loved y'all. That's all I needed personally.
And if you get married and you plan a wedding, you'll understand exactly what she's talking about. It's a bunch of single bitches is like, I don't know what you talking about. Everybody's important. No.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Just wait. It's one of those things. It's like, I just want people to go through it so they can understand it.
Yeah. Well, no. The thing is, you don't have to go through it to understand it. You really don't. You really don't, though.
You have to.
No, because that saying pisses me off. That's the only reason I say that is because like even when we got married and people were like, oh, when someone stopped being my friend after we got married and when we got engaged, it was like, oh, you just got engaged, didn't you? I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. The fuck? I never knew that was a thing. When you talk to married women, that's what happens. You lose friends. When you talk to women who have babies, you lose friends. That's not fair. But the thing is, I didn't know that. That's something that people should tell you.
It's the exact opposite for men. I don't feel like I lost a single friend when we get married.
You didn't.
It's just like, it's the thing is, so here's the thing with women.
They get jealous and they're evil.
Women have, it's gotta be a hormonal thing because every one of the guys that I thought would be happy for me, like on my side, as far as like family, friends, all of that stuff, it played out exactly how I thought it would. I didn't lose no friends. The people that I thought would be happy for me were. The people that I thought wouldn't show up, didn't show up. It's exactly how I thought it would be. So it's got to be either a hormonal difference, something, a family difference, something.
I don't think it's a hormonal difference. I think it has to do with upbringing, and it has to do with, like, think about it, which is in a different episode that we will be airing. But you and your emotions, right? Men and their emotions. A lot of men are brought up. Men don't have emotions. Don't cry. Don't tell me how you feel. Don't hug me. Don't do this. So now you can get older, and you with a woman, and you're getting married, and you have to learn how to have fucking emotions.
Yeah.
I feel like growing up, women are pitted against each other for no reason. And then you grow up with that and you keep keeping it. I wasn't brought up that way. So that's why I've had a lot of issues. So if you're brought up with people, like you always hear that saying, "Oh, they hate you because you're pretty." That's weird. Why would someone hate you because you're pretty? That don't make no sense.
It
But
does.
it only makes sense if they're jealous
Yeah.
or they're envious.
Yeah.
But that's the only
No.
time it makes sense.
No, it's not just pretty. Like pretty is kind of like a blanket statement. It's not just, oh, they hate you because you're pretty. They hate you because they want what you have. They hate you because you are doing this and they're not. A lot of it stems from jealousy.
But the thing is that you're a good looking man. Did you lose any friends because your friends were like, man, Michael's gotten too nice looking. Can't be his friend anymore. No, you haven't.
No?
With women, it is. It's
But
a
the thing is,
competition.
so what you have to think is, it's like, let me just tie it to, like, let's say we're going out, we're gonna have a good time. If I'm the tall 6'5", black dude,
Sexy ass man with the dimples and the teeth and
the way
eyes.
that the way that men see it is different. It's like, okay, well, Mike about to attract all these bitches, so he can, now that he married, he can just pass them off this way. He can be like, yo, holla at my friend, what's up, da da da. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of mentality. It's like a pretty man, or not a pretty man. I'm sorry, a good looking man
Mm-hmm.
attracts women that bring friends.
Yeah.
A good looking woman attracts men, period.
Mm-hmm.
When we come up to a good looking woman, we're not looking at their friends.
But again, that's the competition.
Yeah.
So it's not, I don't think it's hormones. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I was just throwing something out there that I'm confused on what it is, because
because he's been with me and I've lost a couple of friends, and he's, every time it happens, he's like, what the hell just happened there? And he can't believe that they did what they did. And it's like, I'm like, oh, well, it's just how the cookie crumbles. But regardless, we're getting back into wedding stuff. So, for our wedding, a couple of our friends did this, and Michael was like, we have to have this at our wedding because we're all about family, friends, community. And
you are now watching a transition into a different section of 411 on the Copelands episode. Wedding.
Already talking. Okay,
I know. I just like using this voice. I think this is the only time I think I've ever sounded sexy.
Stop it.
Let me boost my ego for a second. I feel sexy when I talk like this.
I don't think it's sexy.
You don't think it's sexy?
No.
Okay. Well, it's all about how I feel about myself
It
today.
is.
Okay.
So
All right.
as long as you can be in here and do that.
Okay. And transition. Go ahead, baby. Go.
So something that happened with our wedding too, part of the planning, was that we wanted to have festivities leading up to the day because a lot of our friends did stuff like that. And Michael was like, we have to have that because we're all about family and community, right? So our wedding was on a Monday. So we originally wanted to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And our moms and everyone was like, we're going to be tired. So let's do it Saturday, Sunday. So his side of the family put together a meet and greet. That was really cool. I enjoyed the meet and greet. Didn't you?
I definitely did.
Got on some tables. We danced. We drank. So I thought that was fun.
Thank you for that, family.
They did a good job. They catered it. They had a DJ. We had didn't they give us like a notebook with like nice things, almost like a guest book or something like that? That was really nice. It was just really fun. So anyone who was coming out of town could come in and hang out there. And then later that night we went out. And then Sunday we had a brunch. And that was thrown by my side of the family. And that was cool. We had some really good food. Who made those jalapeno bacon things?
Baby, I don't remember.
I'm sorry. I know I just randomly thought about that, but I just remember everyone kept coming up to me with the plate. Who made these? And I was like, I don't know. Who made these? And they couldn't. Your mama made them.
The jalapeno bacon?
I think
thing?
so. Or they were from the barbecue. I'm sorry. I'm having the shots do that to me. But it was just the fact that like everyone had a great time, and it was our families mingling, but not just our families, because our families have been to Thanksgiving together, right? It was more so like our friends and stuff too. So we had a great time. So what we wanted to talk about though is that what I've been figuring out from talking to a lot of my girlfriends is that when you're planning a wedding, there is like a divide. There's like, what are you doing?
I'm looking at something real quick.
Okay.
I hear you. I'm listening.
There's like a divide. Okay. So it's like bride and groom. Okay. There's like this divide on like how you interpret the wedding day, the wedding festivities and everything like that. So where do you want to start with that?
So with the divide on how we see the wedding festivities,
Wedding, like the wedding weekend to the wedding, because we already accomplished that. Like during the planning, y'all are pretty much worthless. But what about the rest?
Hey, when it gets down to crunch time and we need somebody to get something done, fam comes through. My personal belief, I almost feel like the groom's family feels like they haven't had to do much, so they at the wedding they have to prove themselves.
Okay.
So the bride's family is all really involved in the planning, and it's been a lot going on for like a whole year, except for my mom, because she could not figure out a goddamn dress to wear. She couldn't figure out what she
Her
wanted.
outfit was cute.
Her outfit was slamming.
She got it made.
People were coming up to me about her and her outfit and how my mom looked. This, I'm like, what about me? It's like, it was my wedding. What about me? It's like, your mama was dressed
Your
to the
dance
nines.
was
She
so
had this.
cute.
Yeah, we'll post that. Look at our wedding video. You'll see it.
It's on the page.
It's on the page. But yeah, so I feel like, my family felt like they had something to prove. And, it's like they know it's going to be like 200 people, so they're like, oh well, let's make sure that, like, we make this as good as we possibly can.
Because they came through.
Yeah, they really
the
did.
entire weekend.
The entire weekend.
Especially the wedding morning.
Yes.
Wedding day morning. They were there while you were still sleeping.
What?
You weren't supposed to be there till like 1. They were there.
I got there at like 11. I got there before noon.
Well, they were there at like 7:30 when we got there.
Yeah.
They were there early.
That was what's up. I dig it.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain it. So like, okay, so I'll start it. So we had it's shot o'clock. Let's do it like we did at the wedding. Ooh. You got to make that face that you made. If you haven't seen it, which is not on our YouTube page. I guess we should link it.
Yeah, we probably should link it. We'll link it right here. Oh wait, which side is it on?
I don't know.
Over here, or over there.
We had the wedding streamed, and we did for our unity ceremony. We did a shot because that is how we stay connected by drinking tequila.
Exactly.
High five. My forever tequila buddy. That was actually one of the reasons that I told him I loved him.
Because of tequila.
Because none of my friends like tequila yet.
Tequila brought us together.
And I drank it by myself.
Hey, I put all my friends on tequila. Because it's Jordan, Ron, they didn't drink tequila until I started putting them on.
Tequila and specifically Jameson. That's mine.
Okay.
But
I'll drink anything but tequila. I feel like I get my money's worth.
Because you get there faster. Like, we're already loopy.
Yeah,
if you haven't told, he's gonna see when he edits it how loopy we are. 8-ball corner pocket. Because it's in your pocket. But anyway.
Like, where's my hands?
In my pocket.
He was like, there's in my pockets.
But no. So back to it. So Friday, I would say people came in. We Notting Hill Place is in Little Elm. So we drove up to Little Elm to see your family. Had a great time. And then Saturday we had the meet and greet. Oh my gosh. So when we were talking about bride versus groom experiences, from those day of the weekend festivities, I no longer felt important. Let's just say that. Remember, I went to the nail shop, and it was like a thing that I did. This nail shop that we went to that I no longer go to. I just can't. And I scheduled the bridal thing, and they took care of everybody else but me. My nails sucked at the end of the day. No one, like, I was done before everyone else, and I was the last one there. It was horrible. So it was like I had this roller coaster. It was like, oh, I feel like a bride. Oh, I'm happy. Oh, this sucks. This is horrible. Oh, what's going on? It was like that. So that started off Saturday with the nail shop. I had a horrible time at the nail shop. Then we went to the meet and greet. No, we went to meet y'all because his guys took him out for brunch at Stir. And we got there and y'all were doing the, how you doing, baby? So we got some shots and drank, and then we went to the meet and greet. And we had a great time at the meet and greet, dancing on tables, having a great time, listening to music. And then we left. We left. Oh, gosh. Okay, so then we left, and we were supposed to get ready to go out that night. And do you want to start with that, or do you want me to start with that?
You got it.
Okay, so this is where, when we were talking about stuff on our Instagram page, at least, is that it's not always happy, okay? Part of being in a relationship is there's up and downs. There's conflicts and there's times that you have to talk about things. So
Mhm.
this is the conflict time. So when it came to that day, the plan that me and him always had was it was my aunt's birthday that weekend too. So
Mhm.
she, instead of having a birthday party for herself, she decided to open up her home to like everyone. And like we were like, oh, we're gonna show up there, eat, see everyone because everyone's there is gonna be there for the wedding. Kind of like the old heads. It's gonna be old heads hanging out there, young people going downtown.
Mhm.
So we're supposed to hang out with them, go hang out with them, and then go downtown. Well, I came home by myself, took a nap, and when I woke up, Michael still wasn't there. So he had decided to stay with his guy, with his not guy friends, his groomsmen.
Mhm.
He decided to stay with his groomsmen, and so I was already kind of like, okay. And then we went out with him. I hate Bottle Blonde. It's a club in Deep Ellum. I hate it. And I said I would go out as long as we don't go there. Well, then he tried to take me there. We were like, no. All of my girls hate that club. So it was a very disconnected kind of night. And at the end of the night, let's just say that I felt very unheard. I felt very sad. And it ended the night with both of us crying. Right.
Mhm.
So what you want to say something?
Yeah. Sometimes in life, as a man, you kind of break down, and that was one of those nights for me. You remember what made me break down?
I thought it was that I was sad and I was crying in a club.
No, it was the fact that like you told me that you were afraid that I would fuck the wedding up.
Oh,
Uh,
but that was like weeks before, right?
yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, it hit me that night,
Mm-hmm.
and like that combined with the fuck ups one after another all the way up until that point, and it's like right before the wedding, I'm like, I could really like fuck this whole day up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that put like fear in me to where it's like, wow, I really have to like make sure I really have to make sure that this day goes as good as possible. And like the thought of that, of me fucking up the best day of our lives,
Mm-hmm.
like, and combined with the fact that like I hadn't been present in the way that I should have been in the lead up to our wedding, and I hadn't been as supportive of you and appreciative of all the things that you were doing, all came and culminated in that one night. And it takes a lot to get me emotional.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one of those nights where that was one of those times where I just had to, I just like was at my breaking point as far as um all of the guilt that I was feeling towards that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I got really emotional after the club that night.
Wasn't after, it was during.
Well, I mean, it was during, yeah.
Yeah, because basically I was trying to hold it in
Mm-hmm.
just because that's what I do. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hold it in to make it fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was your cousin. Your cousin came up to me and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, because all it takes is that one person to ask if you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I fell apart. And your girl is light skinned, so she turned red and then she was blotchy. And I went to the bathroom and then he came like the amazing person that he is. But, it was like, well, damn, now I'm going to look like I'm sad. I'm going to look like I'm crying. And it was just one of those things that, I mean, it had to happen when it happened, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But we didn't want it to happen when it happened. And I feel like we went through that and then we were fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, why would we get married if we weren't fine after that?
Mm-hmm.
But I know like where I felt was that he was putting, not that he was putting his family in front of me, because at first that's what he thought. It was more so that like, so like I live where my family lives. He doesn't get to see his family that often. So when his family came in, all of a sudden it was everything that we planned, everything we thought was out the window because he was so excited. Like he was so excited to see them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in several instances during that time, he pushed me to the side and it's supposed to be our weekend. So that's when I felt like, okay, well, why am I here? Like there were several times where some stuff happened. And I was like, well, why am I even here? Because I came here for you when I could be doing what I wanted to do, which was being my aunt's birthday thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like he's a horrible person or anything like that, because that's what he thinks when I'm upset at him. And that's not true. I wouldn't have married a horrible person. It's just he gets distracted sometimes and he has to be reminded, which is something I'm learning about. But marriage is learning. Not even marriage, relationships. You have to learn with your sisters, your friends, your brothers. Like you just have to learn with any relationship you're in. That how that person reacts and stuff. But that was like a black mark on our wedding weekend. And I know I think when I said that to him when I was mad and we blew up, I mean, it's how I felt, but it didn't, I think at that time when I said it, it shocked you because you didn't see it. And then when it was happening, you were like, oh my gosh, she was right.
It takes a lot for us as men to empathize with women. You know, when especially like the person that we're with, sometimes we don't feel the same emotions that you do, or we're not able to empathize because maybe we haven't been in that same situation before. So it can take a lot sometimes. And you know, seeing you get emotional immediately brings out the empathy in me, as bad as that sounds.
Because I hate crying.
Yeah.
I will go cry in the shower. Didn't you find me crying in the shower one day?
Yeah.
I don't like when people see me cry. It feels like a weakness.
I walked up to you and like you're trying to like turn away. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's a glass wall.
Yeah. You thought it was the glass wall was like an invisibility cloak or something. And
I don't think I even turned away at first. I was just like, I'm fine. Don't look in here.
Yeah. Caught her crying in the damn shower. That's some shit.
Okay. I'm sorry. That's not funny, but it's funny when you look back on it. Because it's like, did you really think you were going to hide? I thought the acoustics and the shower noise.
No, baby. I heard you. I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, oh, that's Bree.
Oh, it was kind of stupid.
At first I thought you had like allergies or something.
I should have went in the closet or something.
Yeah, the closet works sometimes. You tried to cry in the closet one time, and like I didn't catch you till like you left the closet.
Did I?
Yeah, I caught your ass on the way out. Anyway, she tries to hide the fact that she
anyway, so that's why it affects him so much. Because I try to hide it.
So yeah.
Yeah, but that was Saturday night. So then Sunday, he was amazing. He was very attentive. And not like extra, like just normal. It's just that he had to get like this little like tap on the shoulder, like, hey, remember she's here. And so he was there. He was very attentive. It went fine. Like we had the brunch. We all had a good time. Like it's not like we were up under each other either. Like we were separate most of the day.
By the way, thank you for to Jonte and Chandra for letting us have that at your place.
Our first guests.
Yeah,
on
our
the
first
show.
guests on the show. They come through.
Because family is
that.
everything.
Yes, they come through.
Yeah,
100%. That was dope with them. I love it. Thank you. And Jonte cooked the food.
He catered.
And all that stuff. Yeah.
I don't know if he still has his catering company, but if he does, we'll let y'all know. Because his food is fire.
Yeah.
So then we separated so that we wouldn't be each other that night. And you went to Gloria's, right?
Yeah, I went to Gloria's with family, yeah.
Yeah. And my girls wanted to take me out to Perry's, which I'd never been before. It was pretty dope. And then, went to bed. Woke up the next day to get married.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what time I went to bed. I went to bed at it had to be like, what time did you go to bed at night? Oh, I never asked you this.
3. I was still writing my vows.
Oh, wow. And the truth comes out.
I told you I was. I even took pictures of me with my notepad and stuff. I was still writing them.
No, I know you was writing them like a couple of days before. But
yeah, they did. They just didn't sound perfect yet.
I was in my final revision. The night before I had people look at it.
Oh, okay.
But like I was like probably 95% done.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, your vows were much better than mine.
That means a lot because I really thought that his were going to be like.
No.
His words are so much better. Like I'll be like, "Good morning, baby. You look so nice. You look good today. Oh my gosh, your eyes shine like the sun." And your teeth are as white as the moon, and you're just.
It's funny you
as
say that because
sexy
I don't
as-
think I'm poetic at all.
You're not really poetic, but I don't know why. What happens with me, you just decide to lay it on thick,
Yeah.
and it's like corny cute, but it's just the fact that
By me
I'm
saying
not
you're
really.
by me saying you're voluptuous.
No, you don't be saying voluptuous. You be like, oh yeah, you'll come in with that vase and be like, I look at this every day, and I'm like, damn, my baby fine. And it is not my body mold, but it's just the fact that he'll just do something like that randomly, and it's really cute. But
Well, thank you.
yeah,
Thank you.
So I guess we were both writing
You
our
hear
vows.
you hear her say I lay it on thick.
Nasty.
Yeah.
You nasty.
Okay, good. Anyways, where we're at? Oh, so yeah, writing our vows. Yeah, so I wrote my vows in the weeks preceding. I had like a vision of how I wanted it, and I was like, you know what, I could like make this like a book, but I'm gonna keep it to like maybe like a 2-pager. So I was like, okay, I really like didn't want to outshine you on our wedding day.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to outshine you. But the thing is like even if I would have tried harder, I still don't think I could have beat what you said.
Oh.
No, because you did. No, but the thing is, it's like
people forget that I was a writer.
It's kind of like that thing to where like you feel like you got something to prove because you think I'm gonna be so good, and I'm like, oh well, she always says I'm so good, so let me not try to outshine her, and it ends up being like way different than we thought. So like you ended up like 10 times better than I could have ever expected, and I ended up okay. This is good.
So in my mind, at least, it was different. I wasn't trying to compete with you. You know, I'm not competitive. I wasn't trying to compete with you. I was literally.
You wrote them vows like you was trying to compete.
No, I was
to be in the vow Olympics.
I read a lot of books, and I guess this is advice for writing your vows. I read a lot of books, and so when I'm reading books and I think of something that sounds good, or reminds me of Michael, I write it down in my phone. And
so you had kind of like a outline already, like from the past. Okay.
And so I had just nice quotes. I have a folder in my phone called quotes, and I looked through those quotes and I kind of just put them together. And then like when you would write an essay, I put them together and I got inspired by each quote. Because the thing about the cells.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that's from a book. But
really?
It's not verbatim from the book, but I was just like, oh, they talked about cells. That is so Michael. Let me talk about cells. Like, it was just mixing other authors with myself. What is it, paraphrasing?
Yeah, there it is. You know what's funny about that? I had a line that I was like, I'm gonna kill him with this. No, this is too sciencey, and I took it out.
See, he thought too much and I thought too little.
See, I forgot. The line was something like, there's 2 things I know for sure. And one of those is that it's impossible to travel faster than the speed of light due to the laws of general relativity, that a photon cannot travel faster than c. And 2, that I'm more deeply in love with you than I've been in love with anything in my entire life. It was something I'm paraphrasing my own lines, but it was something to that effect. And I was like, oh, because I ain't gonna understand that. Whatever, I'm gonna take it out.
Yeah, I just made mine really personal.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, I don't know if I have them on here. Oh, yeah, and a lot of people didn't know I called you Sweets.
Oh, yeah.
I called them my Sweets at the beginning, and they were like, what is that? And I was like, that's what I call him. I don't really call him. I mean, I do call him Babe because it's more normal, but when I really want to talk to him, I'm like, Sweets.
Where did that come from?
Nothing.
You just made it up or something?
I've never called a guy Sweets.
Ha.
Yeah, but
I'm special.
What did I say? I'm trying to see if I can find it. And I remember I was reading it. Wait, y'all, I have my vows. I'm going to cheat and show it to y'all. You don't have to see them all, but like, can you see that?
I can see it. Yeah, see, she wrote a damn book.
And he told me, I was in the middle of them, and he said, Bree, I said, no, I'm going to just go stop here. He's like, no, say them all. And I was like, okay.
Say, this is your day, baby.
Oh my gosh, and our signage was amazing. She did the signs for the travel to your seat, and she did the cake. What are those things called? Cake stick? No, cake stand. The cake stand. She was great. And it is, I might mess this up, but Mayu Creations, MOUYA_creations. It was great. And it was really great working with her because she was very attentive. Like, I'm a person, and I realized for my sister that it can be, what's the word? It can be a conflict. I basically tell people what I want, and then I completely leave it up to them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I want it to be fun. I want it to be cool. I like these colors and these smells, and there you go. And I completely trust that person to do it. Right?
No, I'm laughing that you said I like these colors and I like these smells. That's so fitting. That's so fitting.
It's true, because I personally feel like that means that I'm giving you whatever leeway you want. Like, when people tell me too many constraints, I freak out. So I'm thinking, all right, cool. So when I told her that, she kind of freaked out. But I think it let her be creative and do whatever she wanted, which is nice. And they came out perfect.
What?
So MOU.
But we were
So
talking,
MOUYA_creations. Arkisha, you're the best.
we were talking about signage, and you said smells. I was like, how can a sign smell? What does signage smell like?
Shut up.
I love my wife. I love my wife so much. Oh my God. Okay. Wow.
All right. So we've told you about the wedding planning, right? We've told you about recommended vendors. Let's get to the spicy stuff. The bachelor and bachelorette party.
Okay. So let's
You
back.
don't seem excited. What'd you do?
I drank. But anyways, no, I'm happy about this bachelor party. I'm sure. So, my bachelor party was kind of cool. I had a lot of guys there that was for me. So I'm very, very happy about that aspect of it. I don't
You
have
not look drunk and sound drunk.
how am I supposed to look drunk when I am drunk?
You need to
Okay, I was
sit
really
up.
happy about this
No,
bachelor
you don't have to
party.
do
It was
all
just
that,
so
but you're
great. Okay, well, I'm trying to. Okay.
yeah, look alive. Okay.
So let me tell you about my bachelor party.
You don't have to do all that. Stop being extra.
But what am I? Okay.
You were literally sitting there like this. So yeah, my bachelor party was kind of dope. It had a lot of guys that was there for me. You went from talking like this to talking like this. Like, you can tell.
I was chilling.
You can tell. So be a little less chill.
All right.
Got it.
Okay.
Continue.
So let me tell you about my bachelor party. Man, it was dope. No event goes perfect. Regardless of it, there's always some kind of hiccup or something. People come in late. People miss their flights. People don't get everything that you could have wanted. But I will say that the man that I was with made it work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any regrets about my bachelor party, which, by the way, I did like 2 podcasts on that I haven't even.
They're in the vault.
They're in the podcast vault, and we have not released that material yet, but I will release it as bonus content because it is pretty juicy, and
especially from the men's perspective.
Yeah, so in that, and Bree hasn't even seen it yet, which I think is awesome because she sees and hears everything. So yeah, there's
like an all-knowing witch.
No, it was cool because and it was a good idea to have that because I feel like I got closer with all of those people.
Mm-hmm.
All of those men opened up in some way.
Mm-hmm.
And there were moments there that were emotional. There were ups and downs. There were debates. There were differences of opinion. There was a lot in there that I can't wait for you guys to see. I can't let you see it all because it gets very personal.
I don't know why,
emotional.
but you sounded like your dad when you said that.
But I can't wait for you guys to see that.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know why, but Mitch came out right there.
But of course.
Didn't you sound like your dad instead of mine? They say you marry your husband, and
you marry your husband.
Definitely. I'm sorry. Of course, you marry your husband. Who else you married? No, they say you marry your dad, and I did not start dating my dad, but I definitely married him.
Yeah. So you just notice all the similarities. It's just you don't notice the difference. We're 2 completely different people, but
you are.
You're like, oh, guess you always say this. This is your favorite line. Guess who else drinks the milk out the bowl?
No.
Robert Miller. That's what you say.
That is not what happens.
No, I mean it ain't specifically the
he'll
milk.
do something, and I'll go, Oh, so that's what you say now? He'd be like, yeah, that's what I say. Oh, so you sure? He said, yes. I guess who else says it like that? He'd be like, shut up. He'd be
Yeah.
like, Robert Miller. I get confirmation before I say it. He the one that owns up to it. Anyway, continue your talk about the bachelor party.
So yeah, it was in Puerto Rico. That makes me want to go. But no, it was an excellent time. You know, it was enlightening. It was emotional. Um, it's great to be on a trip with all of the men who support you, who you feel like support you the most
Mm-hmm.
in your life. You know, and it's just you and them having a good time, going out, eating. What?
Henna Ritas, henna coconuts,
What was it? Henny coladas.
Henny coladas.
Yeah. Drinking Henny coladas, eating bomb ass empanadas, all of that.
We're talking about your bachelor party, so it's really great that you got to have all those memories and moments. What are some great things that y'all did? I know y'all went to the strip club and was amazing. Was the girls clapping?
So no,
we talk about these things. So
yeah, it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the strip club, and it was the end of the night, so these hoes was tired.
And you had 8 groomsmen?
Yeah,
you had 8 groomsmen, but you had 13 people at your
11.
11? Oh, well, that was way more because I know it was complicated. So it's 11. You had 11 people.
11 people total, yeah. So there was 2 people there that weren't in the
party.
Wedding. Yeah. There's a picture on my Instagram. You can follow me at Mike Copeland for real.
I was so jealous. That trip looked dope. And I've never really been able to hang out in Puerto Rico.
No, it was dope. It was dope, but like there was, so this is where like I feel like I fucked up the most, is that like we were originally supposed to be in this hotel that wasn't all that. It was one of my brother's ideas. Wasn't all that, but its location was prime. It was like the perfect location.
So you would have liked it.
So the thing is like I would have liked it because of the thing is like it's hard to coordinate with a bunch of men.
Yeah,
it's hard to coordinate. Just out of the sake of like pure being able to coordinate and stuff. When you let men do what they need to do, let's say for instance somebody wanted to go eat, we had to drive to go eat.
Okay.
At that hotel that we were originally at, and I told my brother this at the hotel we were originally at, it wouldn't have been that. It would have been, hey, walk out, go get your ass something to eat, come back, let's go party, type of shit. So it was different. Like stuff was within walking distance.
Okay.
So that was the difference there.
So you owned up to it?
Yeah, no, I owned up to it, but in the same breath though, because we were all in the same house, one big Airbnb, we were able to do things together, like have the podcast. We couldn't have the podcast in a little ass hotel room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's give and take. So it's like, do I regret that? Yeah, but it allowed us to do other things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was really give and take.
Yeah.
So there's that aspect of it. We had a great place at La Placita. It went out to La Placita, Old San Juan. We went, to the strip club. It was a good time. We went, just had stuff to eat. We went kicked it. We ate our asses off.
You said there was like some chicken that was really good?
No, it was these empanadas.
Oh, okay. Empanadas.
It was this place that made these fire ass, the best.
And the Henny coladas, right? They made them both.
The empanadas and Henny coladas. That shit rhymes. Empanadas and Henny coladas, and you could ask anybody that I went with, they'll tell you about it. Those empanadas were fire. I'm hungry now. My mouth watering. We need to go out to eat after this.
Something.
So yeah, it was an amazing time for me, for my groomsmen, for all that. But men are bad at planning. I will say that. We're horrible at planning. And it's not, it makes me feel good though to know that it's not just me.
Y'all aren't horrible at it. Y'all just don't want to do it. Because when you planned my birthday, that was amazing.
Yeah, but that's planning something for you.
No, and if you wanted to, you could do it. It's just y'all don't want to. It's not important to y'all. It's not important to y'all. You're not going to do it. It doesn't matter what anybody else
Yeah.
Yeah.
True story.
All right, well.
So how was your bachelorette party?
It was amazing. I'm very bad at letting people dote on me. So It was really nice to have a reason to let people dote on me. Like, it was almost like, oh, you're a bride, so do it. And even then, they had to keep some stuff secret from me because I probably would have been like, no, let's stay somewhere cheaper. Let's do this. It's not going to cost that much money because, it's how I am with you, am I not?
Mm-hmm.
If you tell me how much it is, or you give me the option to look it up, I'm going to say no.
Because you're a bargain shopper.
It's not because I'm a bargain shopper. I don't think it has to do with that. It's mostly because I live for the moment and the experience. And if I could have the same experience for a fraction of the cost, then I'm like, why do we spend so much money? That's what stops me from being a luxury traveler. Because I've had great times in hostels. So I'm like, why would I go over there and stay in a 5-star resort and not get to leave it?
When we was in Bali, you liked that resort, though.
It wasn't even a resort. It was a regular hotel.
I think it was a resort.
No, it was a regular hotel. It was just awesome.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because we stayed in, this is off topic, when we stayed in Punta Cana, it was all inclusive. We didn't leave not once. But yeah, so it was great. We stayed at the Hyatt Zalara Rose, which is beautiful. He actually had a friend who got married there recently. Had a great time. They did a good job. They decorated my room. They got cake for me. I'm really big into bathtubs, and they had this big old bathtub. It was huge. And we had a great time. My best friend Carrie and my sister were my maid of honors. So I stayed with them in a room, and I guess she decided to upgrade last minute to like this different room. Really? No more shots when we make these.
Let's take a shot right now.
No.
We have a shot in our glass.
We're going to finish this. Do you see how we're messing up words and he's putting his nose boogers on the mic?
No, it's not.
Yes, let's finish this and then we'll take a shot. We got to hurry up and get done with this. We're about to lose the producer. You're the producer. We can't lose you. I'm just the talent that talks.
Oh my God. Okay.
So anyway, we stayed at the Hyatt Zalara Rose.
Wrap it up.
Hey, you told me to do this. We stayed at the Hyatt Zalara Rose. We had a great time. My girls did a really good job. They had me cry the last night when they made this intimate dinner for us. Bawled my eyes out. We went ziplining. I've always wanted to go ziplining, but I am terrified of heights. But I had a great time, and I want to do it again.
You're terrified of everything, but go on.
Not everything. But we had a great time doing that, and it was just really nice. So I have a really close group of friends. Like, really everyone that was in my bridal party were like my best, closest friends. So we had them there and just getting to talk and hang out, and we didn't really party that much, but just really just be with each other and get fucked up was really nice. And had a lot of lobster tail. A lot of lobster tail. But we didn't even take all the pictures and stuff that we said we wanted to. Just
I could have been your photographer.
Yeah, kicked it, had food, really enjoyed ourselves. I would go back. And they got me a massage the last day. I didn't want it to end. That is my love language, going to spas. Didn't want it to end. It was a great bachelorette party.
So then you must have had a good time in Bali.
I did. We had did we not do like a massage like maybe every 3 days, every 2 days? If we go back to Bali, I would get a massage every day.
Yeah. It's cheap. It's like a fifth of the price.
Hell, like a tenth of the price.
Yeah, we got two massages for 2 people for an hour for like 20. What was it? It's in the 20s, right?
We had 2-hour-long massages, a milk bath, a bubble bath, a flower bath, a facial, all for under $200.
Yeah. Yeah, I do that all over again. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, we rambled a lot. Hopefully, you got some good stuff out of that. If you have any questions about weddings, planning one, anything like that, I suggest you talk to Natasha. But we will be happy.
I suggest you leave them in the comments and then talk to Natasha.
Yes, leave them in the comments first. Okay, so wait. So if you have any questions about wedding or wedding planning, leave them in the comments. And we will make sure to tag all of the great vendors that we love. We will not be tagging the other 2.
Yeah, we ain't gonna tag y'all.
We hope that if you don't sit your ass up.
What the fuck? I'm chilling.
I cannot wait for you to see this. Anyway.
I'm not drunk.
This is our first episode back,
tipsy.
and we missed y'all. We missed making these.
Tipsy.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Okay.
That's how you know your ass is drunk. You do the outro.
Okay. I thought you'd never ask. Literally. Guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of 411 on the Copelands. I know we rambled a lot. I know that this was a lot to watch. So if you have made it this far, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, do it.
Do it. We both have budding businesses. We talked a lot about Bree's business, but I also have a budding business as well. I'm a photographer. I have been doing it for 5 years, even though you probably didn't know that. What are you laughing at? We definitely appreciate you. We appreciate all of our followers, all of our supporters.
Where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me at, first of all, go to shopbymikecopeland.com to check out my photography stuff. It is a wondrous website. It's better than Facebook and Instagram. But on Instagram, you can find me at instagram.com/shopbymikecopeland or instagram.com/Mike Copeland for real.
You didn't do it.
What's that?
That's Mike Copeland for real.com.
On Instagram, you can find me at Shot by Mike Copeland or Mike Copeland for real. That is Mike Copeland, the number 4 real.
I mean, it annoys me, but it's part of the thing now. You have to keep doing it. And you can find me at Brittany Like Peony. I've been budding, growing my Instagram and everything to be the social influencer that you would like for travel. So Brittany Like Peony on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and Facebook. And then you can find me at The Real Fake Florist on Instagram. And we have a website, finally.
TheRealFakeFlorist.com.
Yeah. All right, guys.
And one more thing. You can find the both of us at 411 on the Copelands on Instagram.
We never do that.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. How sucky are we? Yes.
411 on the Copelands on Instagram.
And
or
TikTok.
this YouTube channel where you're probably going to see this video.
And TikTok.
Oh, and TikTok. 411 on the Copelands on TikTok. Everything.
Yeah. So we missed you guys. We're so happy that we got to talk to you. And we will be back on 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Yes, sir and ma'am.
Bye.
We will holler at you.